To Nigeria now, the country's government spent $4.65 billion on food importation, and that's between January and September 2020. That is a 62% rise compared to the previous year. Well, CGTN's Kelechi Emekalam reports that the increase in food costs was despite the West African nations imposing a land border closure, which was aimed at boosting local production.
Samuel Ayongo runs this farm in Nigeria's capital, Abuja. The 3-year-old farm houses various kinds of livestock, from birds to pigs, fish and snail. Samuel's greatest profits been from his poultry section. Demands rose by about 40% since the border closure, but factors such as high inflation continue to hamper his production expansion.
Dubai, to compound their feed, everything skyrocketed to a lot of money. So that really cost a lot on the farm. A ton that you used to maybe the corn and other additives that you can use about 50,000 naira to get a ton of it as feed. Now you are spending up to 80, 90, in some cases 100 to produce just a ton of feed. So it really costs a lot on the farm.
Nigeria shut down its land borders in August of 2019 to boost local production and reduce importation. But smuggling has been on the rise. The country's food import bill spiked by 62% in 2020 to hit $4.65 billion. A problem that's constantly threatening economic growth.
We didn't sustain the border closure long enough to be able to actually totally harvest the gains of border closure before reopening it again. You must realize that for every product you import into Nigeria, you have exported jobs out of Nigeria. You're exporting jobs, you're exporting our opportunities, you're exporting our wealth. We don't want to look at even the capital flight that goes into importation, especially considering the current foreign exchange position. With that trend, our GDP will suffer adversely. Job creation, of course, is a no-brainer. It's not ever going to improve because local production is what enhances job creation, not importation.
Besides the border closure, there have been several government interventions in agriculture aimed at boosting local production. But that hasn't yielded the much desired results. The West African nation still unable to feed itself and has relied on costly imports to fill the gap. Experts suggest government should consider a policy review in the agricultural sector.
The modern trend, the current 21st century, the fourth industrial revolution that is upon us, technology trends and everything all in one, pushed out as a major public enlightenment package nationwide, very critical. Followed up immediately with capacity development, skill and vocational development across board, which is also very, very much missing. And as you're doing that, the next thing that requires is to equip these guys to provide equipment. And in providing equipment, you now look at the infrastructural gaps, the mechanization gaps, and fit them in quickly.
According to the World Bank, agriculture accounts for 34% of employment in Nigeria. Industry players are optimistic the sector can employ more people by ramping up local production. But reopening the borders could be counterproductive. They want government to block smuggling channels and adopt the right strategies to implement agricultural policies. Kelechi Emekalam, CGTN Abuja, Nigeria.